Hi guys, Rachybop here. Welcome to this week's episode of Sim Saturday. Today I'm going to be talking about the masterclass that we had on Creator Sim at the Sims 4 Creators Camp. The Creators Camp was something that happened a couple of weeks ago now in San Francisco at the EA Redwood Shores campus, and a big bunch of us got to go there, some for a day, some for a few days, and we got different masterclasses and hands-on with the game. So I was lucky enough to attend two of the masterclasses, Creator Sim and Build Mode. Today I'm going to be covering Creator Sim. So this particular masterclass lasted around an hour, probably just under. It was very in-depth and it was hosted by Sim Guru Jill, who is Jill Johnson, and she is a producer of CAS on The Sims 4, and she's also a maker of freezer bunnies. I'm just going to go through how it kind of played out to us and all the information that was in it, so this might be a long video, I apologise for that, but you might want to just go grab yourself a cup of tea, maybe do something and just have this open in another tab and listen to the information. You don't have to look at my face, it's not a requirement. She started by saying that they're so close to finaling the game that there are a lot more things to show us at this point than actually in the CAS demo that some of us have and all of us will have soon. And this was kind of a tutorial of the ins and outs of CAS, Creator Sim, and the intention was to make us all CAS masters. I'm not sure she succeeded. I don't think I'll ever be a CAS master. There's more content and features now with Creator Sim, and she began with the emphasis on ages first. They've added new walk styles. One of them that she showed us was sluggish, that was one of the new walk styles. There was also a tough walk. We weren't allowed to take video or photos of the actual presentation, so I'm really sorry if this isn't as visual as you would like it to be. Also, I didn't receive my gameplay footage that I took because it came out blurry. A lot of us didn't receive it, so that's pretty unfortunate. There's styled looks per category and there's different styled looks for each of the ages. In the elders, which we haven't previously seen, there's like kind of frumpy elder styles, but there's also some chic and classy styles there as well. One of the really cool items that she showed us and she was quite excited about was a cat, like a waistcoat sweater kind of thing. It was really like patchworky, so fun. They're not limiting any clothing, and the randomisation system gives age appropriate suggestions, but it doesn't limit you across the board. The randomisation uses smart tagging, and if you have any questions about anything I'm saying, please ask in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. And you can randomise your sim completely. And you can also select to randomise just certain bits, so you can lock bits that you like and randomise the rest. Some of these things you might already know, some of them you don't, I hope. She also showed us what she called the G console, which was like scripted stuff generated by Creator Sim as she was doing things, so we could see like what was actually happening in the kind of mindset of CAS, which allowed it to create cohesive, stylish outfits. It locks in on a certain style and also a colour palette, so everything will match when you randomise, which is really clever. And styled looks also come with makeup, eyeshadow, lipstick, it's all set in with the styled looks. She then mentioned about the genetic roller, where you can make children and twins and things like that. And then she decided to show us children and teens, which was cool. This is the first time that I'd seen them at this point. There's heaps of teen content, and one of the hairstyles she showed us was a mohawk, which led her on to explain about the hat-hair pairing system, which we learnt about at Gamescom, which was really well displayed with this mohawk. This teen had the mohawk, and then when the hat was on it, the mohawk would like disappear under the hat and it would poke out at the back where the hat wasn't touching the hair, but it was very reactive to the hat that you would put on. It would adjust, everything's been programmed individually so it works, it doesn't just like go on top of it and have the hair sticking out, which makes everything just look so much better. There's also a wolf t-shirt which had 2 wolves howling at the moon, a leather jacket that came from an instance where they asked the artist of the game, I think it was, to just go away and design what they wanted to design, go crazy, no limits, and the leather jacket is one of the things that came up from that. There's also a hoodie that came from that as well, which is quite cool. There's also like a bomber jacket that it has a cool little Easter egg. If you choose the right colour set, it has a Freezer Bunny camo, which the artist did off their own back, which is really cool. Then she went on to show us some of the content for children. Featured heavily, whether with wellies or without, they had mismatched socks, and that was so cute. I want to do it all the time now for myself. They also had giraffe leggings, which were cute as well. She showed us a lot of the children's haircuts, and they wear a lot. And then she went on to show us the age and gender switching system. She used Gladys for this, which is the character that you may have seen in the trailer, the old lady that kind of gets a bit romantic with that muscly guy who dies from laughing, you remember? She made her look younger, and she kind of lost her wrinkles, her face plumped up a bit, and her boobs became slightly more perky. And when she got older, her boobs dropped, her face became more chiselled, the wrinkles came back on. And she also got grey hair, but you can change that. Another item that they've added for clothing wise is the Galaxy leggings. And then she went on to make Vernon, who was the male sim she was using for this cast example. She made his twin sister, and you could see the similarities. And you could randomise and randomise and randomise until you get the twin that you want. If you do generate a child from the genetics panel, you'll get 50% of that child's features from the parents, and the rest will be of their own individual style, I guess. And then she told us about the music, which is known as interactive music in CAS. I had no idea about this, but when you are in CAS and you zoom in to the facial features and then you zoom into details mode, the music actually changes. It's the same track, but it will lose layers and gain layers and instruments of that actual piece of music, which kind of subliminally lets you know which mode you're in. They did say that while they were testing out CAS and things between themselves, people had difficulty differentiating between, especially face edit mode and details edit mode, so they had to add in a different camera angle and also do that interactive music. And that's also different when you click on each tab down the clothing section. So if you do have Creator Sim, whether you've got it in the demo, or maybe by this time you're watching this The Sims 4 is out, or maybe everyone has the demo by the time you're watching this, I don't know. But go check it out and listen to the music as you click each clothing item and zoom in and out. You'll notice it. So cool. I love little hidden details like that. It's so thought about and so special. Then she showed us how to put the Sims in the gallery, the Sims that you've made. And she showed us the randomised snapshot and how you can just keep clicking it and a different randomised snapshot will appear. You can save the household to your library, and then use the cloud button to upload that house load to the gallery. That was kind of the end of the presentation, but then we had a Q&A session. So from the Q&A we learned that there's no randomisation for traits and aspirations, and that was a mindful decision. They wanted people to actually choose what aspirations and traits they want for their sim rather than just randomise it and not thinking about it. You can pick 1 trait for children, you can pick 2 for teens and 3 for adults. You choose, and you can reset them all every time they age up, from what I gather from what was said. Currently there's eyeliner and eyeshadow for males, but there will be more in the future. They were saying that at the moment you can only share your creations on Facebook that you upload to the gallery, but we did stress that we wanted link to share our creations, and they said they were going to work on that. There's also afros coming for males. Then she went on to talk about the voice adjustments. There's 3 voices for adults per gender, and they were chosen specifically so the slider would create different voices as you slide it up and down. There's 2 voices for children. It was mentioned that we would like to export sim files to fan sites. That's also in discussion. They're not currently supporting custom styled looks, but they might do in the future. So make it known that you want these things if you do want them, because they are listening. It was asked, will there be a web-based gallery like there is now for The Sims 3, so you don't have to load your game to go in it and see what's on the gallery. To me that would be to their advantage, because more people would be enticed to buy the game, but there was no answer to that at this time. Styled looks are a subset of outfits, so if you do see a styled look, every item will be available individually for your sim. You don't have to get that styled look. The outfit slot user interface wasn't exposed in The Sims 3. You were only able to add 2 or 3 in Dresser CAS, which came later, but now you can have up to 5 outfits per category in The Sims 4 per sim. And per category there's an auto category filter that can be removed, so you can wear any clothing item at any time, which is something that I think it really needed, because I know when I was doing my kind of walkthrough gameplay, when a new stuff pack or expansion would come out, I'd go through all the new clothes and things, and it really annoyed me and made no sense to me why there would be like 1 item or no items in certain categories and then loads in another, when it wasn't really fitting to the theme or anything. It just didn't make sense. So to do this, it kind of covers their back for that kind of thing, and it means you can wear your bunny slippers to the gym. The texture tool, they know it's desired, but they can't discuss that right now. Creator style is not included because of performance load time, and it improves tactility not to have it there, and also visual fidelity. The artists paint the skin tones, so if they have a slider it wouldn't be as realistic, so they made that choice so as not to have a blanket colour. You can't share a skirt pattern onto a shirt, and I think that's why they've done set rooms and styled looks to kind of compensate for that, and I think that's also why they're supporting modding. Photo bombing that we had back in Sims Camp has now gone, which I'm quite sad about. Now we've just got the gallery snapshot, which is just not as fun. And they're totally aware that there's already custom content. They do try it out themselves, but for legal reasons they can't kind of support everything and track everything. And that was the end of the masterclass. We then got to have a hands-on. I'll put a link to everything I've done off the back of Creators Camp in the comments, and I'll also put a link to all the attendees because they've been blogging and really busy, and some of them were there longer than I was, so they have heaps more information. And before I go, I need to announce the winner of the giveaway from last week of the Sims 3 expansion bundle and the Plum Bob headband. The winner is Polar205. So thank you so much to all who entered, and thank you to you, Polar205. Please inbox me to claim your prize. There'll be more giveaways coming up, so don't lose hope if you did not win. Click subscribe and you won't miss out. Let me know if you've learned anything new about CAS, if you're excited about anything you learnt in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!